Hello there everyone, and welcome to our second DevBlog episode. My name is Frankie Westmoreland, one of the executive producers of the project, and in this episode, I will show you the pipeline of our production. Here we go! The first and most important thing is the story. Luckily, we already have the comic book to give us a really good idea of what the creators were thinking. But we still need to think about how the characters should act, where the camera should be, and how everything should look. We have to imagine the characters' emotions driving the scenes, their movements, and a lot of tiny details before animating all of it. In short, we ask ourselves what the essence of the story is about. And if we fall back to the story to inform what we need to do, we save a lot of time later in the process. To decide upon the look, feel, etc. that we're going for, we're making storyboards. For some specific scenes, we have to think about key poses or the key frames we want in the final product to save a lot of time in the future and so that we can render only the necessary shots. Along with the storyboards and hashing out the essence of the story, we're working on 3D models and sound effects. As the head sound person, I'm about to start the process of creating basic sound effects that we know that we'll need, such as the lightsaber ignition, the hum, the swings, the blaster shots, and so forth. I'll be building that library over the next few months, and I'm excited for all of the creative challenges to come. Now, you might be wondering why I don't just use the sounds from the films or video games. Instead, I say that is a totally valid claim. However, while contacting a fellow soundie that has spoken with David Acord and other workers at Skywalker Sound, she has told me that they don't like it when fan works use their sounds in unofficial projects. With this in mind, and to respect their work, I will be building a unique library of sound effects that will pay homage to that soundscape in a galaxy far, far away. In addition, I hope to one day share it with other fan creators so that they can use these quote-unquote royalty-free sound effects for their own projects. I promise to deliver something in that imaginative spirit of Star Wars' oral legacy and that matches the fantastic work you've come to love and expect from a Star Wars story. That's a personal promise. Moving on to 3D modeling, which is one of the most important steps, we're actually going to be talking a little bit more about this in future DevBlog episodes, but in short, we're making 3D models based on reference material from the show that's actually open on the internet. Anybody can find this stuff. And it's really fortunate that so much concept art and character sheets have been made widely available, as it makes all of their jobs that much easier. After that, we're unwrapping them to texture them, and after texturing, we'll set up the materials for the rendering stage. The same process is done for all of our models and environments. Once those are done, we get to the rigging stage. Here, we have to make and set up the model's skeleton and skin it to a model. This is surprisingly a really difficult stage. And then from there, we have to voice character lines, but not just that, we have to feel out the characters and act them the best way that we can. And fortunately for us, there are some really awesome voice actors on our team. We're gonna voice the storyboards just to get the idea of how they go, so that way our animators will know, okay, this is generally the framework and how long each shot is going to take. Then in the draft animation, we're gonna be doing that. And then, if necessary, we'll revoice some of the parts in the final production stage if we feel that maybe the timing doesn't work or something to that effect. Once we have our 3D models and story done, we're getting to the proxy animation and pre-visualization stages. They're connected to each other, as with the proxy animation, we're making pre-visualization. Once it's done, the animation stage gets on board, and here, we're polishing the proxy animation, breathing life into characters, and adding important things like cloth simulation. It goes along with visual and sound effects. On the visual effects stage, we're preparing visual effects like explosions. On the sound effects stage, we're adding more of that and recording specific Foley sounds for specific animation sequences. So say if Darth Maul's walking down the hallway and we want to have him, we want to hear that sound, then that's going to be that part of the process. And then we're ready to render all of this. But there is a pre-render stage, and here we have to watch all the sequences we have together and fix something if needed. If everything's good, we're then going to go on to the stage of music composition, and we have a great composer. It might take months, but this is nothing unusual for the pre-render stage. And at the same time, we're rendering all the scenes with the shaders enabled, so shadows and that sort of thing. We're just letting our machines get used to all of this and having it set up everything and create an almost final picture. Then we're going to composite everything and prepare it for release. And in this stage, we'll also probably be looking at color correction and things like that. Unfortunately, right now, we cannot tell you more about the middle and final stages of production, as we're just beginning these stages, and we'll have a better idea of that later on. But as the project progresses, we will share all of this information with you. And if you have any ideas or you know something better than we do and want to tell us how we can improve, leave us a comment. We would really appreciate it. If you want to help us out, feel free to contact us through our Discord server or email. See you next month, everybody, and may the Force be with you.